How you doing? I'm Darren with Kickin BBQ. If this is your first time to the channel, then welcome. If you've been here before, then welcome back. Today we are talking spare ribs, and you know what? Today we're taking it back to the basics. We're gonna be doing a very simple, easy recipe, only requires a few ingredients. It's a very easy cook, and the end result is just a beautiful, delicious backyard rib that anyone can make and anyone can enjoy. By the end of this video, you are gonna be an expert at cooking spare ribs. So let's bring you in and show you how we're gonna prep these up. All right, so as you can see here, I have a full rack of spare ribs, and the trimming process on this is going to be very simple. The first thing we're going to do is just kind of pat this dry. We don't want it slipping and sliding all over while we're trying to trim. A sharp knife and slippery meat is never a good idea, so we'll just get this all patted dry here. All right, so now that everything's dry, where I like to start is this piece of flat meat right here. I just want to take this down. It's gonna burn up, it's gonna dry out. There's no sense in keeping it. You can season it and throw it on for a snack if you'd like, or throw it in the grind pile. It's completely up to you. Now right here, we have a huge chine bone. We got some big fat right there. I'm just gonna take that off so I can kind of see where that bone starts. And you can pretty much tell it's right here. So I'm just gonna come in and take that off. And I did cut through some cartilage right there, but that is bone. You can season this, trim it down, get that meat off, throw it in the grind pile. It's completely up to you. So now we kind of have the shape that we're looking for here. And what I like to do is kind of find the end here where it starts thinning out. You can see how thin that meat is right there. And feel right there, that last bone. I'm just gonna take that off. Again, season it up, debone it, throw it in the grind, completely up to you. So now we kind of have the shape that we're looking for here. And I just kind of want to round all of this out. You can see we have some weird thin scraggly bits here. I'm just going to take and round that out. Right here we have a big piece of cartilage. I'm actually going to take that off too because I don't need that. Probably about time for me to sharpen my knives. Getting a little dull here, but we'll make it work. And right there, just going to take off any thin pieces. So right here, that's looking pretty good right there. And unfortunately, you can see right here, we already have a shiner from the butcher. That's the bones poking through, but it is what it is. So that's just the way it goes sometimes. So we're just gonna roll with it. If you wanna take off some of this fat right here, you're more than welcome to. It's just gonna kind of slip and slide as it's cooked. So you can just come in and take some of that off, like so. So one thing I wanna point out, we have like half of a bone right there. So you can even come in and just take that off. I guess it's not even half a bone, it's just a bone splinter, but nobody wants to bite into that. I mean, look at that. Just a huge splinter. Take that off. So now everything's looking pretty good. We got to remove this membrane, and I know a lot of people struggle with it. What I like to do is start here and just come in like that with my knife. I'm just gonna follow that line a couple times. Take a butter knife, get under that membrane, try not to rip it like I just did. And I like to take the knife, twist up, and then just kind of work it up like that until I can get my thumb underneath. And I'm gonna grab it and just pull it off. And that is about perfect. There's some chunks of fat here. You can take those off or leave them. I'm just gonna take that one off, leave the rest. I don't mind a little fat, that'll render down, that'll be really nice. But yeah, there is our rack of ribs, looking really nice, minus our shiners right here, but hey, that's the way it goes sometimes, but looking really good. All right, so here's our rack of ribs, and I always like to start seasoning on the bottom side, so that way our presentation side doesn't get messed up. And here I just have a little bit of rub that I made. It's salt, it's pepper, it's garlic. If you want the recipe, it'll be down below in the description as always. The complete recipe would be down below as always too, along with any links that I'm using. But here, we're just gonna come in and just hit it. It's very pepper heavy. It's gonna create a nice pepper look to it. So we'll just season that up like so. We want good, even seasoning, so if you miss a few spots, just come back and hit it. And that is looking nice. And then just for a little color and flavor, I'm coming in with my Kickin BBQ Honey Chipotle. This is completely optional. I'm just going super light on it just to help out that color. Get that pressed in. And there we go. Flip them over, do the other side. All right, now this is the presentation side, so we really want to do a good job of getting even seasoning on here. So I'm just going to come in. The higher you go, the more even it'll be. We'll get that pressed in. You can see a lot of big chunks of pepper in there. These are going to be beautiful. And then just a very light coat of my honey chipotle. If you don't have the honey chipotle, which you should because it's fantastic, you can always use a little paprika mixed in that SPG, and it'll help out with the color. I'd use smoked paprika just because why not? But that is all we're doing. We'll get that pressed in, and you can see that color's already come to life. I'm just going to take a little bit extra here. Make sure we get all our sides. Pick up this right here. Pick up any excess there. And that is looking very, very nice. So I'm gonna get the Lone Star Grill's pellet grill fired up to 250 degrees. I'm cooking at 250 degrees today because I know not a lot of people have 275, and some people are a little nervous to be cooking at 300, which is my preferred temperature. But 250 degrees today. We're just gonna let these smoke up nice, get a good color. We'll wrap them, show you what I'm gonna put in the wrap that makes these absolutely fantastic, get them tender, and they are gonna be very good eater ribs. I'm excited for these. I haven't cooked a good rack of eater ribs in quite a while. So I'm gonna get that fired up. It's -8 today with a real feel of -28. So it's gonna be a little chilly, but hey, that Lone Star Grills is a tank. Look at these ribs, looking good enough to eat already. So I'll meet you out at the Lone Star Grills pellet grill when it's time to get these on the cooker. All right, so let's get these ribs on here. Like I said, it is cold out today. We are sitting at about -3 right now with a real feel of -21. So it's chilly. We're gonna get these ribs on, and how you put them on is how they're gonna cook. And I like meaty, thick ribs. So we'll straighten these out, scrunch them up. And there we go. This thing's just coming up to temperature. It's at about 209, set at 250. We're just gonna let this go for 2 hours, come out and check it. But beautiful looking ribs we got going here so far. So we'll see you in 2 hours, see how we're looking, see if there's anything we need to do spritz wise. But yeah, I'm gonna get these in, get them closed down. We'll see you in 2 hours. All right, so it has been 2 hours. You can see these ribs are looking fantastic. No rub coming off here. Great color. I'm gonna get these inside, get them wrapped up. I'll show you that process. We'll get them back on, we'll finish them off. But yeah, these are looking amazing. So we'll see you in the house. All right, so we've got our ribs inside. Check out how beautiful those look. Looking absolutely amazing. Great color. And just because I know some people are gonna be curious on what the temperature is, dead center, we're sitting at about 179 degrees, 180. But we have even color on the back as well as the front. So everything's cooking proper. The only thing we're gonna do to this wrap is throw a little bit of vinegar sauce in there. And today I'm gonna be using the Blues Hog Tennessee Red. So we're just doing about like that. Just a little bit of liquid in there to help with the braising process, a little bit of vinegar to give it that tang. Now, if you don't have Blues Hog Tennessee Red, take your favorite barbecue sauce and add a little bit of apple cider vinegar to it to taste. It doesn't need to be a lot. You just want to get a little twang in there. So that's all we're doing. Now we're gonna take these ribs, we're gonna put them meat side down, and just for good measure, we'll hit this side a little bit. And that is it. That is all we're doing. We're gonna get these wrapped up right now. And there we go. There's our package of ribs, meat side down. We're gonna get them back on the cooker just like this. I'm not gonna show you that process because it's cold out and it's draining my camera battery. But yeah, we're gonna let these go for probably about 45 more minutes, maybe an hour. We'll check them, see how they're done. I'm gonna show you how we're gonna finish them, but these are gonna be amazing. I'm guessing probably another hour on this at 250. So I'll bring you back when it's time to check them, and we're gonna go with 1 hour. They're a little overdone, whatever. They're eater ribs. So be back in 1 hour. All right, so it has been another hour. We're gonna go ahead and check the temp on these, see how they're looking. I can pretty much guarantee they're gonna be done, especially by, see that blowout right there? I don't know if you'll be able to see on camera just due to the steam coming out of there, but yeah, about 204, 203, looking really good. Get these flipped over so we can take a look at them. They are extremely tender. Oh yeah. I don't know if the camera is going to pick that up on there. Beautiful color on those. So I'm going to get these inside and let them rest for about 20 minutes, and then we'll slice into them and see how we did. So we'll see you in 20 minutes. See if we can get that good view on there. They look beautiful. So we'll see you in 20. All right, so we've gone ahead and let these ribs rest. Let's go ahead and get them out and see how they're looking. Oh yeah. These look amazing. Check that out. Beautiful color. That looks fantastic. Nice bone pull back. Very, very tender. Yeah, these look fantastic. So you'll notice I didn't sauce these. And the reason for that is because we put some sauce in the wrap. So all we're gonna do is just pour that over the top, like so. Just kind of pat that in and around. And there you are. Some shiny, saucy, beautiful ribs. That sauce and that pork fat in there rendered down perfectly to give a beautiful looking rib right here. Look at those shining. So nice. Those look beautiful. Now let's slice these up. I'm just gonna come in. I like using a chef's knife for slicing ribs. A lot of people like to use a slicer. I find that a good chef's knife does a great job. Check that one out right from the middle. Nice and juicy. That looks fantastic. Beautiful looking rib right there. Wonderful color. Yeah, that looks amazing. Hopefully the camera's picking all that up. Check out another one here. Again, juicy. Wonderful color. That looks amazing. Beautiful looking rib right there. So let's get these all flipped over. This is one of my favorite kind of ribs right here. Just a solid eater rib. Nothing special about it except just amazingly delicious. There we go, a rack of ribs, and I would be proud to serve these to anyone at any one of my gatherings. I mean, again, so juicy. That color. All right, enough's enough. I can't wait to try these. Let's do this. All right, guys, so let's try out these ribs. I grab one of these big dogs from the middle. Beautiful color, smoky smell, dripping with moisture. Let's do this. There's a reason that these are my favorite ribs. They're so simple, just wonderful, simplistic flavors. The salt, the pepper, the garlic, a little bit of my rub, a nice vinegar sauce in the wrap. They're not rich, they're not overly sweet, they're not like candy, they're just a perfect backyard eater rib. I love these ribs so much. They're cooked proper, the tenderness is there, the moisture level's there, the bark on top is just out of this world. So good, and one of my favorite things about spare ribs is you get this little end piece. They got a bunch of cartilage and stuff in there, but you can kind of chew around it. These ribs are fantastic, and if you're looking for a very simple rib recipe that will please the masses, you got to give this a try. It has a little bit of something for everyone. It's not too offensive one way or the other. Give these a shot. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure to like, subscribe, ring that bell, stay safe, and we will see you next time.